Yo, welcome back. This is Stu42 with another Minecraft episode. I've got a little bit of a confession to make. I was supposed to run a command after the last update for GregTech New Horizons, and that meant that the quests would update properly along with the actual game. So I've been working along to these quests, and it turns out that once I ran the command, even back at tier 1, there's now a bunch of new quests. Now, I've probably got most of the stuff. Like, let's quickly grab 2 stacks of that. Detect. Awesome. A netherrack tool rod or a loot bag. Yeah, wow, what is that used for? I could probably make one of these, actually. Yeah, let's just go for the loot bag. So anyway, we're gonna bit of remedial work, the cool guy. So a pumpkin and some snow. I think I found some snow somewhere at one point. Cat may have used it for some iced drinks or something. I can't remember. But yeah, so we've got a little bit of remedial work today, basically. You know, reinforce. Oh, I've already done the large plate cast, obsidian large plate. Actually, I might have some of them as well. Yep, I'd made some of them. Complete. What do I want? Obsidian tool rod. Let's just grab the plain old obsidian for that. Actually, alumite, 16 of those. Okay, that's going to be a little bit harder to make. Watering can, those are ones that I left behind last time as well. Pollution I should probably do because I'm actually starting to get pollution now. 64 nether quartz. Do I have 64 of them? No, only 43. Alright, so I still have to do that one. And then, of course, in tier 2, zoom out a bit. I don't think there's too much more in tier 2. Oh yeah, there's a diamond tank, which again, I've made already. So I might have to go back and make sure I've got these bits at some point in the future. The same with the diamond chest. I already have diamond chests around the place. Lubricant, yep, 8 lubricant cells. I can probably, yeah, see, I'm producing that straight into, straight into things. So that's going to be a little bit awkward to put into cells to finish the quest and then get back out of the cells into the thing. I might have to stop my lubricant production. The other thing that I've done in between last time and this time, now I've advanced a couple of things. So I remember last time we did the polyethylene. Here I have since plumbed that through to these 3 machines. So we've got the advanced fluid solidifier, the advanced assembly machine, and the advanced autoclave. Now these are all the machines that use molten polyethylene for bits and pieces. So we've done that. The other thing you might notice in my bar, let's get away from the noise. In slot number 3, I've made myself some vanadium steel shuriken, and I did make the tool forge. Now, as I said last time, I think the tool forge has changed recipes, and I commented last time about the quest not being updated, but of course it was because I hadn't run that command. So now we've got the tool forge there, the alumite large plate, and I am guessing, as we saw in here, once we finish these 2, that may actually open up the quest for the tool forge there instead at the LV stage. So we've got that. I have upgraded. That's still a steel shovel, still a steel pickaxe, still a steel hatchet. Oh, in my weapons. Yep, we made a vanadium steel broadsword as well, just to make that, because the 22 attack damage, that's pretty cool. But I do like the shuriken. Now, vanadium steel. Yeah, I've got some here. Pretty easy to make. You just need to smelt it in the blast furnace, and the dust is, you know, a bunch of steel, 1 vanadium dust, 1 chrome dust, and we've been getting quite a bit of that as our byproducts anyway. So that brings me to what are we going to do today. So I will duck away and probably, yeah, 64 lapis. I should probably finish a few of these things, yeah, and even catch up here. MV battery buffers. I've completed that one because I've done it, but I need the 1 slot battery buffer. Yeah, it's not likely I'm going to make a 1 slot one. Given that we've jumped ahead on that quest, I don't know if I need to do that or not. But yeah, today what I wanted to do was continue on up here with the transistor, fine tin wire, silicon plate, making some transistors. We couldn't do this last time because we hadn't done polyethylene, but now of course we have the polyethylene in the assembler, and of course I've made the advanced version of that. So that we can make that. So let me race away. I just thought I would catch you all up on where I'm at and I'll race away and get a couple of these things together, and then see where these bits lead us. Yeah, and hopefully that'll open up a bunch of stuff at the top to make circuits a bunch easier. So I'll see you back here in just a sec. Alright, I've done a couple of things. I've just been throwing some nether quartz through there to try and get 64 nether quartz for that quest. Yes, we have just hit that, so that should give us, wherever it is, tier 1 maybe? Yeah, there it is. Cool, what do we want? Sulfur nah, let's just go for another loot bag. The other thing that I did while away was I actually ended up making the advanced cutting machine. I'm not going to use it just yet because I need to hook up MV, and I do have the basic one running, so until I actually need something that uses it, I think I'll just leave it for the time being. But that has opened up this quest, which is opened up to here, the MV Precision Laser, which I will probably have to make. And we've got this Power of the Sun, which is a whole bunch of interesting things that I haven't done before. But this transistor is what we're after now. I have the 2 silicon plates from earlier, and this should, yep, have just finished the fine tin wire. So let's, that goes up over here somewhere. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you, just while I'm here, will have noticed that this diamond tank of experience is finally getting full. The reason it is thanks to one of my commenters, Warlord Wassman, said, have you got any essence berry bushes? And yeah, I do. I completely forgot about them. They were sitting in a chest. So I've planted them outside, and they've been, basically most of the experience over there has been from them. So I will finally be able to do that Fortune 3 episode, hopefully next even. I might do that next. But anyway, over here we want to make sure we've got that. 16 transistors, we want the assembling machine. So that and that. This shouldn't take too long. And ding, 16 of those. Wow, that is going to be so much cheaper. Now what do I want? 4 more transistors. Let's just go for loot bags. Why not? So what has that opened up? Nothing else. Wow. Okay, so it looks like we have to do the MV Precision Laser next just to open up the next thing. I was really hoping we could open stuff up here. Power of the Sun. So we've got those circuits. We've got wafers. Reinforced glass is advanced alloy and glass, or carbon plate and glass. Carbon plate is raw carbon mesh, which is in the assembler. Carbon fiber. So here we go, the autoclave with some carbon dust and polyethylene. So that's why we need the autoclave. So I might do some of that actually. We'll make a bunch of carbon dust. So we need raw carbon fiber. How many of those do we need? We need 1 of these, which means 1 of those, which means 2 of them, which means just 8 carbon dust. Wow, awesome. So I might make, say, 32 carbon dust. And so here we go. Now you might have noticed those things. I'm actually getting a bit of pollution from my pyrolyze oven. So I have to sort that out at some time. Now, do I have carbon dust? Carbon dust, carbon dust. Vanadium. Carbon dust, yes. Awesome. So let's just grab 32 of that. See how long it takes in the autoclave. Is that the autoclave? Yep, that's the autoclave there. Yep, there we go. I'm getting some weakness, slowness, and mining fatigue, all from the poisonous fumes, as it were. And now those are made. Wow, there's a few things with nothing. Program circuit 2. So what else do we need for that? So we've got the circuits. We're going to make the reinforced glass. Another carbon plate, so that's easy. We'll use that for both. And the aluminium iron plate is, easy. Bunch of steel screws. So I will make those and a couple of, one red eye watch. I think I might actually have one sitting in a chest. So we can do that one. And I'll also go away and make the advanced precision laser. It's a little bit nasty. A bunch of good circuits. 3 of them, which are pretty horrible. A couple of pistons. Yeah, a ton more aluminium. The emitter, ooh, electron rod, another 2 good circuits. Oh, ender pearls, and I do actually have like 6 or 7 ender pearls at the moment, so that's okay. The problem might be the circuits. I have 3. I only have 3 circuits, and we have, oh, we've got 41 of these ones, so we should be able to use that to make, yeah, so we've got, yeah, but there's got to be a better way of making this. Yeah, okay, circuit assembler with molten soldering alloy, lead, tin, or molten soldering alloy. All right, so now though, with the diodes, we can at least make the diodes, they're molten polyethylene. We can get 4 of these out of a wafer in fine annealed copper. That is amazing. We can get 8 of them out of that, but it does use a lot more gallium arsenide. So we're probably best to use this recipe. Gallium arsenide is not too common, and this one small pile will actually end up making like 16 of these wafers, which is pretty awesome. And copper's pretty cheap, so we may as well do it this way. So what I will do, I will go away once again. I'll make a ton of stuff. It looks like I might need to make a batch of circuits again. But now that we've got that polyethylene over there, it should be pretty fast to do. And then I'll come back and we'll see how much of these things we can get done. So I'll see you once again in just a moment. Okay, and some more stuff made, and I am a lot more electronic circuits poorer, but I do have 9 of these, and the pattern is in here for the advanced precision laser. So let's grab that. Cool, complete that. Now, do I want the loop bag or the lenses? We've got plenty of all those things. Let's go for the loop bag. And what does it open up for us? It's opened up ILC and RAM. Now, one of the reasons I've been there is an object that I am trying to avoid, but I might have to make it ahead of time. So there's this thing called the circuit assembling machine. I was hoping there'd be a quest for it, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought might be up in here, because the circuit assembler seems to be a mix of both tiers. So it's got the circuits from the next tier up, but it's actually LV stuff, and it's an LV machine. Likewise, the MV one takes mostly MV stuff, but the circuits from the next tier up. This is going to be used to make circuits a lot more cheaply, and like I said, I've been holding off because I thought there may be a quest for it, but I'm at the point now where I'm sort of past the stage of being able to make one. Like, I can easily make one. So what I might do is I will make one of these basic circuit assembling machines, because then if we go to stuff like, you know, the good electronic circuit, we can make it that way, but we can also make it in the circuit assembler for, you know, only 2 of these instead of the 3. We don't need the steel. We do need some soldering alloy, but, you know, whoop-de-doo. And it is still 30 EU per tick. So if we look at the recipes for this, yeah, so there are some crazy ones that need lots of power, but I mean, you can make these basic ones so much more cheaply. Vacuum tube, 2 resistors, that's much the same. Again, molten lead, there will be one in there with, yep, soldering alloy, same deal. And probably, yeah, so these are also the LV tier ones made with slightly different things. So the reason it's made with those slightly different things, I'm not entirely sure yet, but I suspect it might have something to do with these. So this is MV laser, Jasper lens, or a ruby lens. Yeah, wow, some doped. So you can get some doped ones. It takes more power, so let's not deal with that yet. But the ruby lens is made, yeah, exquisite ruby in the, or even a ruby plate in the lathe. Oh, we're gonna need a, all right, we can do it that way in the LV lathe. Awesome. So what I need to do from here is we need to make those. I also need to make, oh, was that red? Haven't had blood moon for a while. Hopefully I don't jinx it by saying that. So we need to make these. One of them is with this Jasper lens, and the other one is with green sapphire, or I'm guessing, no, just green sapphire. And again, exquisite green sapphire. Do we have one of those? Flawless. We do have an exquisite ruby, but we don't have an exquisite green sapphire. I might have to process. Yeah, so we definitely need the green sapphire lens, and that is made with either that or, oh, we can make, Yeah, okay, so we're going to need to process some green sapphire. Hopefully we get an exquisite green sapphire out of it. I think I even have green sapphire ore. Awesome. So let's just do some of that. We'll get some of that and we'll process it through there. And what I will do is we'll run away one more time. I will... sorry, this episode is going to be me running away a lot. But I do want to get ahead and make sure that you guys also know what I'm doing while I get ahead. So I might make one of these as well, which means I'll need another one of the fluid extractors so that we can put the alloy in it. And we'll put that, I don't know, maybe we should replace this assembling machine because we've got the fluid extractor and we do have, you know, we do have two other assembling machines we can use here. So maybe I'll rip this assembling machine out. It's really close to the steam turbine, which is good because those recipes are 30 EU per tick. So yeah, let me make a circuit assembler. We'll throw it in there. I'll get to making a few more of the basic circuits and hopefully get some lenses and stuff as well, process that green sapphire. So I will be back once the stuff is finished processing and we'll see where we go from here. The other thing I need to do is the advanced precision laser engraver. I was planning, so all the way over here, this battery buffer here, I was planning on building out along here. So what I might do as well is we'll put some more cable down and I'll start building out a sort of an MV workshop over here. We'll move, yeah, I might move these two things over here. I think I've got another advanced combustion generator I can throw down here to help us with power generation. Yeah, let's do that and start getting a workshop over here. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right, I'll be back in a moment once some of that stuff's finished processing and hopefully we'll be able to build out some stuff over here and finish a couple more quests up here. I'll be a little bit annoyed if that circuit assembler pops up here somewhere, but like I said, I think it's worthwhile us making that now ahead of time anyway. So I'll see you back here in just a moment. All right, a few more things we have done. So what have I got to do next? One of the things, I found something interesting while on the break. I've been swapping these circuits in and out, but I found that you can put a number 1 and a number 11 in there at the same time, and it'll just pick which one it needs to use, which is kind of handy. So the other thing I've done over here is I've stopped all of these generators because I want to use up all these batteries, and that is because I did actually go and do the battery buffers, MV batteries, and now I want to do this one, but they need to be empty. To complete, I have put a little bit of annealed copper cable through here, and what I was going to do was, sure, laser engraver, let's put him, you know what, let's put him out there. It's not connected, that's annoying. Now over here, this is where things are going to get a little bit interesting because we do need to put and this is again where it's kind of bitten me a little bit. So in this quest we're trying to do up here, the ILC and RAM, we need the integrated logic circuit and the random access memory chip. These are pretty easy with the engraver. We need a Jasper or a red lens, and then the other one needs the green lens. And then the next step is the one that was interesting. We need the integrated logic circuit and the random access memory chip, but these both take the cutting machine, but they take the MV cutting machine with some lubricant. So what I'm gonna have to do is we need to put some stuff here. So I did make an extra advanced generator to put there. And then I think what we'll do is we'll grab the battery buffer that we made. Where are we? I did make one. Medium voltage battery buffer, grab the 4-slot one. Grab the advanced cutting machine that we made as well. We'll need some pipes. Small pipes would be good. Let's make sure we have a wrench and make sure we have a screwdriver. Not that I think we'll need the screwdriver, but it never hurts. And then what we'll do is over here, we'll put that there. Put the annealed cable there. Now these two won't connect. We'll have the advanced cutting machine on top. We'll change this to output on the top, which is going to be a bit random. So what we'll do is we'll put that there, and there, and then connect it. Now I'm not going to connect this one because what I want to do is I want to use this lubricant up in the basic cutting machine, and then we'll take that out altogether. The reason I'm leaving a gap is if we push U on the lubricant, we can tell what machines use it. So we've got a cutting machine, whoop-de-doo, we don't really need to do that unless we want to do the quest. We've got the cutting machine, which there's a couple of recipes that are up really high, but once we go back this far to this one, we're down into the MV and lower, and that's like most of the recipes. So I'm guessing that this advanced cutting machine will do us for a while. And of course the other machine that uses it is the mixer. But again, every single recipe for the mixer is LV. So what I'm thinking is at some stage we'll swap that out for an LV mixer. For now though, we're getting some lubricant into the advanced cutting machine so that we can do what we need to do. Now, I do need to duck downstairs, because we're gonna need now, that is, I disconnected that's right, so we're gonna need to go that way. This is the advanced combustion generator. We're gonna need some power for that. We are gonna need, now where did I put it? There, so we're gonna need to connect that to the cutting machine. And now we did, in that bunch of sapphire that I managed to get a couple of exquisite gems. So we have cut one into the lens there and one into the ruby lens. So we should now be able to go over here, hit up this, throw that in there, put one of those in. Wow, how long is that going to take? A while. Ooh, pretty pictures. All right, so that is going to take 60 seconds. That's cool. And the other one, 60 seconds. So 60 seconds each. This one here is, how long? 45 seconds. All right, so I might cut while I do that. So I'll quickly process both of these wafers into what we need to, and then we'll cut them up, and I'll be back in just a sec. All right, I've just picked up the last bit of these out of there, and we've completed the quest. Now we don't have a diamond lens, but we've got heaps of diamonds. Come on, let's just do the loot bag as per usual. So that has done that, and now we need a, basic circuit assembler. So I've already made this slightly out of order. Yeah, that's a bit of an interesting way. Oh, no, that's interesting. We got 8 integrated logic circuits. We've got 32 of the random access memory chips. So that's a nice little bonus. Now, hopefully what I can do is I can go back over. Yeah, I'm gonna have to lose the soldering alloy that's already in there. So let's grab that out. Let's throw that in there. So again, Dream Master, if you're watching this, you might want to move the basic circuit assembly machine to a bit earlier on, because it is pretty handy, and you can make stuff earlier on. But I kind of get why it's here, to be honest. Electrum annealed, loop bag all the way. And now we're up to this sort of integrated circuit. So this will make, the basic circuit from IC2 or the integrated circuit, which needs the assembling machine. So this is why we're making this. Now, you might have noticed in my NEI, I've searched for LVTO, which gives the 3 different sorts of electronic circuit. And you can see there's red, orange, and yellow. And these are basically how efficient you are at making it. So when you look at this and look at the ingredients, it does look like there's way more ingredients, but the thing you've got to remember is, so say we go for this one, where is it? This one here, molten soldering alloy, fine copper wire, SMD. Looks like there's more things, but when you look into the SMD resistor, when you make them, you're making 16 at a time, which is pretty awesome. SMD diode, 32 at a time. So it does become a lot more efficient to make these ones. And when you get to microprocessor, it's even more efficient, although you do need this clean room which again, not sure. There might be some quests coming up for that. There might not. I don't know because I haven't been there yet. So we'll put our basic circuit assembling machine back. And what I wouldn't mind doing is, 32 resistor, 32 diode, 10 bolts, fine copper wire. I will go away one last time and make all of these. I think this quest here is going to be the last quest for this episode, which finally uses our basic circuit assembling machine, and that'll give us, obviously a way to make circuits a lot cleaner and easier. So I'll be back in just a moment once I have gathered up, a few things, shall we say. So see you back here in just a bit. So these are the last bits we need. The 32 fine copper wire. Da-da-ding. Yep, integrated circuit. So I kind of take back what I said. I see what Dream Master's trying to do when he made this pack, by making the circuit assembling machine this far along. So previously, yes, although you can use the circuit assembling machine earlier, so there are recipes for the same things, but what he's trying to illustrate is that later on, once you get to this sort of stage, it becomes a lot more efficient, basically, to use it. So I think that wouldn't otherwise be pointed out, because if I throw all of those in there, we should, with a bit of luck, molten tin, soldering alloy, there we go. So we got circuit board, integrated logic, resistor, diode, fine copper wire, and the tin bolt. Interesting, this is not working unless so we have this one, molten tin. No, we want the molten soldering alloy one, number 12. No, not number 12. No, number 6. Soldering alloy, there we go, number two. All right, so circuit board, integrated logic, 2 resistors, diodes, fine copper wire, tin bolts, should be 16, with 72 molten soldering alloy. We got plenty of that, plenty of resistors, plenty of integrated, plenty of circuit boards. Okay, it looks like we may have found a bug, because that should totally be working. So hang on, let's just make sure. 7043 32100, 7043 32037, 7043 32100, 7043 32037. This is, by the way, this is how we debug stuff. Double check everything. So 7041, so those are both 7041s. So it's 32716 and 32715. 32716 and 32715. Yep. And then we need fine copper wire, which is 7042, 19035 and 26057. 7042, 19035 and 26057 on 7041. So we have got everything in here that should be working. The only thing left to check is, so there we go, there's the trick. Power was disconnected because we had removed this and replaced it. So now what we need to do is we just need to make sure that that's disabled and re-enabled, and that'll keep going. Cool, so that is, I mean, if you hit any of these sort of issues when you're playing the game, and it does happen often, like 99 times out of 100, it is something you have done. So, that's basically the process I go through. Make sure all the IDs are exactly the ID that you want it to be. Make sure you haven't done anything stupid, like I had to break that machine to complete the quest and I put it back down. But in the process of putting it back down, the power cable became disconnected. So, double and triple check everything. So that will make our 16 integrated logic circuits and finish that. Give me 2 seconds, I'll race away, I'll make sure this finishes, and we'll come back once it's done, hand it in, and that'll be the end of the episode. So I'll see you in 2 seconds. Alright, the last circuit is just being made. Ta-da! 16 of these. Da-da-ding! Come on. Detect. Wow, it didn't do the ding ding, but there we go, we got it anyway. We can make all of these things pretty easy now. So once again, we will go for the loop bag, claim, and done. And of course, now we get to the good, which is the second tier ones. And it's the same sort of thing. Basically, we need 16 of these, and then the good logic boards, silver bolts, bits and pieces to make the better MV tier ones. And if we look at the MV tier like this, these are the ones we have been making, the red ones. We are now going to be moving to the orange tier ones, which are, again, like I said before, are more efficient. And then, of course, the yellow tier are the ones that you ultimately want, but you need the clean room for that. So again, I'm hoping, oh, there we go, there's the ding. So yeah, I'm hoping there will be a quest at some point for a clean room. But it looks like that's mostly HV level, potentially. Hopefully we'll find out when we get there anyway. So I think that is all for this episode. We have done quite a bit up through here. We are now ready. I even did this Power of the Sun quest in amongst there. I know I didn't mention it at the time, but some of you may have noticed that being completed. And we can now do things like this solar panel, 1 EU per tick in the sun. Hey, but it's a start, and we made the panel, and you know, I might just do that quest quickly in between now and next time. But that is it from me this time. We have done enough. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.